So there just seems to be a dead jinx in our hallway. Somebody should probably do something about that.
I mean, no, she's crying. You didn't see the tears coming from her eyes? She was just crying because she lost.
Yeah, well, now she's crying because Cyborg just smashed her face in.
No, he smashed the ground next to her face. That's what superheroes do.
I'm pretty sure that was her face, if I'm thinking correctly. But sure.
Why is Starfire's room this angry eyes nonsense? What is
Well,
this?
Robin's room is is. Then again, you can never really tell with that mask sometimes.
No, the thing is, he's Robin, so he's always angry.
Yeah, I mean that's his secret.
He's Teen Titans Robin. When you take off his mask, it's just the angry emoji.
Oh man, speaking of emojis, let's not speak of emojis because now efforts are just like been set on that instead of the Popeye movie that the Samurai Jack creator was working on.
And you see, I like the fact that the emoji movie exists because I enjoy the idea of Sony losing more of its credibility.
Care to elaborate on that, Jethro?
No, so Sony Pictures is a terrible company, and they deserve all the pain they get from all their bad decisions. They can coast on their video games, but it's not going to last forever.
Yeah, but
Especially since they're literally only coast. Well, no, I have to put my PS4 hate on hold because the games coming out now are really good. But for the longest while, they were coasting on nothing but hype and not being terrible. As in, the other two consoles are just tripping over tables so much that Sony could just stand by the table and say, hey, look, we're standing up. And everyone's just like, whoa, cool trick. But they're not doing anything. And so everyone just buys the console.
oh man, but either way, just like say what you will about their business stuff, but the fact that because of this, we're missing the Popeye movie, which we already saw a sneak preview of.
Oh, and that preview looks really good.
I know, right? It looks just so. It looks so good. And now
The thing about CGI and the reason it looked good is that CGI needs to, I mean, it looks really realistic right now, and that's really good. I mean, the detail in Cars 3 looks amazing. But the Lego movie and the Peanuts movie showed us that CGI can be done, a lot more can be done with it. It can be a lot more stylized, a lot more
well,
interesting.
yeah, people. There,
a
I
lot
read
more
a post
animated.
about that. That studios are starting to get it, because with that Captain Underpants movie, for example, and the new Smurfs. Even if the new Smurfs ain't that good, the style of it is much better than the first Smurfs.
I mean, the new Smurfs is a typical kids movie. It's probably a decent.
Yeah, but I'm saying that just like they don't try to give the Smurfs realistic eyes anymore or whatever. And
Yeah, oh yeah. I saw, because I probably just didn't notice. I really just took a good look at the live action Smurfs. They look terrible. Not even in a meme. Ew, Smurfs is so, they just look awful. And scary.
yeah, well, just like things people are they're starting to get their groove on with this, and I'm like, you know what? That's great. But by the way, that laser apparently has just a stopping point. Not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
I'm reasonably good with physics, so I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to happen.
You see, you're noticing the laser beam. I'm noticing how small the rooms are. They're barely wider than their doors.
Well, that is true. But Raven's probably extremely cluttered. And have we ever seen Beast Boy's room?
Pretty sure we have. I mean,
I don't remember
the
ever seeing
series
it.
I'm pretty sure we saw it because he snuck out of it to meet with Terra once or something. I don't know.
But yeah, the thing is, just like let's go back to that little Popeye thing. Just I was going on about just like, oh man, this is so great, especially since just like the Samurai Jack part led it to be about it. But then I decided, let me just watch some old Popeye, and man, I love Popeye. Just
You see, what people, as in Popeye, those whole could this guy versus Saitama
oh
threads
god, don't bring
you
that
see
up.
through the internet. Popeye is the first time I saw someone like Popeye versus Saitama, and it was a legit, as in, that's a serious question.
Yeah, it is.
As in, who would win?
I
It's
thought you were going to take
legitimately-
sides here, but I was just like, oh, whoa, no, he's actually making sense.
I mean, I probably would. The argument it boiled down to, which makes me understand why someone would choose Saitama, is that Popeye's power is to come back after losing, and Saitama's power is to defeat the person once they bring up their trump card. So once Popeye takes the spinach, Saitama's technically supposed to surpass that anyways. So I can understand that. But I just want Popeye to win because,
There's that point where I think he lassoed the moon or something.
yeah, didn't he beat up the creators of the cartoon he was in once
Uh,
or something?
I think he beat up the Greek gods too.
Yeah, it's just, yeah.
Just what is in that
It's-
spinach, man? It's like one of those few cartoons where I watched that actually just just made me think, you know what, I want some freaking spinach. Just want to see what's in that.
Well, you see, we were having a conversation about good ways to pretty much convince people of things. And that's such a genuine way to make people want to eat healthier.
Yeah, even as ridiculous as some of it is, because even as a kid, you're probably at least semi-aware that you're not gonna do this, but you're still wondering why. Just like, why are they even implying that in the first place? Is there something to begin with? Just like,
Okay, hold up.
yeah, I was going to bring this up, but I kind of like this. Yeah, for some reason there's wind on this.
Freeze!
What?
I'm saying that my computer has frozen.
Oh my
And so
god.
I have no idea what's going on right now, so you take over.
Yeah,
Just
so
tell me what's going on.
okay, so I thought you were just like, oh, we gotta talk about this. We just gotta talk about this. But no, we finally hit the technical difficulty curve. But of course, like the professionals we are, we're gonna do absolutely nothing about it and just keep going.
Yep.
Just, if I were creative enough, or well, I am creative enough, I'm just not good at stuff on the fly. Just like I'd be going off like, man, I'm so glad I finally unlocked Cyborg's giant robot form. Or something like that.
You see, I have good news and bad news now. The good news is that my computer has regained control. The bad news is that the video has closed. So
Yeah,
you
we're
keep
close to the
going.
end, don't worry. Don't worry, we can salvage this. I mean, when have
Keep
you ever
going.
paid attention to the video to begin with?
It's Teen Titans. It's every video game ever. We've established this. So
Yeah, so back to
what's there to
Popeye.
pay attention? Yeah.
Yeah, so just with the whole spinach thing, I had Popeye versus Sinbad on DVD, and that is just wow. It was just one of the things like this was made how long ago? Just it was so great. It just man, it's one of those things
Yeah,
where
the
you just watch.
animation. I didn't really realize that animation. There's a lot of good animation in the past.
Yeah, just not only that, but the backgrounds. There's one point where Popeye's walking through some caves, and it's just it's so amazing. And
Well,
I just
I can understand that because in the past they're like painted on backgrounds, and so it's not just some point and click stack assets thing. I mean, there's a lot of great backgrounds in modern cartoons, but there's a lot of hand painted stuff in the past.
no, yeah, that's true, but you don't understand what it looked like, man. You need to actually watch it. It's something special to see. Just that one scene where he's walking through the cave. I don't even know how to describe that kind of art.
Just probably put it up on screen. Like, here. Boom. Speaking of animation, although the episode's probably over, I literally have no idea whatsoever. But once Beauty and the Beast came out, people were talking about the detail in the original Beauty and the Beast, the ballroom scene and the dancing and the amount of work that was put into all of the little touches, and it is godly. It's incredible.
Still haven't watched that movie though. It's just
Yeah, I'm legitimately not sure if I've watched it either. There's some movies where they've been parodied and mentioned so many times you forget if you've seen it. I don't know if I've seen Cinderella.
yeah, well that's great and all, but you know when you're saying you don't know if the thing is ended. I kind of like this tangent and all, but we're not. The thing ended like a minute ago. So yeah.